Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is my review of Dungeons and Dragons Honors Among Thieves. Now please tell me that you've played the tabletop original game called Gauntlet. Even better, did you watch the original 1983 cartoon with Dungeon Master, which ran for a total of 27 episodes, and within that time the children almost made it back to the amusement park 8 times but never really got home. It was a kind of isekai styled series. Something you may not know is that it was co-produced by Marvel at the time, and the show was cancelled before its final episode could be completed. If you all know this, then prepare to enter this movie in a familiar territory, because the characters are a copy and paste of much of what we love about this world from the games, the cartoon. Now the board game was originally published in 1974. D&D publication is commonly recognized as the beginning of the modern role-playing era in video games, and it's deeply influenced video games as a whole, especially in that role-playing video game genre. Now, Atari's Gauntlet was one of the biggest arcade games in the 80s, and it was one of the first to even feature 4-player controllers, which was 4 joysticks, buttons and everything, so you could see 4 people standing around the arcade rather than maybe 2 people who you'd see playing Street Fighter. So that was really, really revolutionary at the time. It also played home to the most die-hard cosplay fans around the world. It has that Indiana Jones swashbuckling style that we've seen from the Middle-earth sets, as well as films and TV series like The Mummy, Merlin, Princess Bride, Labyrinth, Willow, and it's filled with that endless humour, and the script is witty with a ton of banter. I like this film, guys. You're rooting for the team, even though some of them could do with more of a backstory. I honestly didn't expect them to give as much focus as they did to some of the side characters in terms of world building. It's pretty good. It'd be great if you made a TV series about this wonderful world of magic and sorcery, maybe in the way like Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime, which I absolutely thoroughly loved. And it has some exciting fight scenes, high quality set pieces with magic being used in very creative ways. Do you remember the way they used the picture portal to get into the building? That was a delight. And again, very inventive, not a lot of things that you would see in other movies. My favourite scene is where the druid transforms into multiple animals to escape her enemies, and she's running through the streets and you can see her just changing into these different animals. It almost looks like a single shot is being used through the walls around the city, but it's done in such a way that she needs to transform into different animals every time she gets stuck in a different part of the street. That was one of my favourite scenes in the film. Very, very high quality stuff, guys. Not a lot that you would see from that in a different film. In this film, guys, Chris Pine is the perfect player in terms of the bard position. Pleasantly surprised at how easily accessible his character was. And the film, very easy to follow. There's actually some very meaningful story behind it in which any fairy tale writer would be proud of. They establish a team, they acquire an object, and with the villain lurking around in the backgrounds, he's always contemplating his plan, and all of this happens around a heist that inevitably goes wrong. It's a bit silly at times, but it knows what it is, and it's wildly entertaining, high quality fantasy story fun, and it's great for the family, and it's energetic and smart as well. I do like Zenk Yangda though. He was a paladin who narrowly escaped the Saz Tam's rise to power in Thay, and as a result he ages more slowly than a normal human. It's like a holy knight crusading in the name of good and order, and a divine spellcaster. He was absolutely top notch in the film, and it's a shame that he didn't stick around, but I would love there to be maybe a side film or a side TV show just about his character. But the biggest part of the film, guys, was the Easter egg. It got me jumping out of my chair and shouting. In the third act of the film, there's a shifting labyrinth within a massive arena surrounded by inhabitants of Baldur's Gate. And we see a top-down view, which is kind of like how the original games played out. And then there it is. We see the original cast of the TV series, the group of kids who were transported to the realm of Dungeons and Dragons with an enchanted amusement park. Upon entering the realm, the kids were given those brightly coloured magical items by the dungeon master, who sent them on their adventures every single episode. And look, I love this film, guys. Really, really entertaining. I'm going to give this a 7.9 out of 10. And also bravo to Hugh Grant as Forge, the ambitious rogue and con artist. I thought he did well in this film. It's just adorable, guys. There's so many good quality films out right now. John Wick 4, you've got Creed, you've got this movie, you've got Shazam 2, and Mario's just launched as well. So there's a ton and ton of entertaining films out there right now for you to enjoy. But this is definitely one I would put near the top of the list right now. Check it out, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Peace out.